The rake technique is a combination of a strum with some muffled strings from the previous tab video that I've just done, and the idea of it is to create a little bit more drama with the target note that we're playing. Let me break that down for you. So if you look at the tab, what we've got is, I can see, apart from the fact it says rake on it, that's telling me it's a rake. The other reason that I know it's a rake is because I can see two little X's on my third string, then my second string, and then finally I've got a fretted note on my fifth fret of my first string, my E string. So I'm going to work backwards. So my target note is that fretted note, that fifth fret. So that's that note. So I'm going to end up, that's my finishing point of this little rake. Now, in order to articulate the rake, to play the rake, what I'm going to do is use another one of my fingers to mute the two other strings, the third and second string, as I'm approaching the rake. Now, if you look, I've automatically gone my first finger on my fretting hand to play that. There's a lot of different ways you can do this, and this is just like a little bit of the way I do it. Not saying it's the only way, not saying it's the best way, but this is how I would normally often approach this without any other information. If I was just asked to play that particular technique, just demonstrate this, I'd probably use either my second and my third finger for the target note, so either that or that finger to play that target note on the fifth fret, which gives me freedom on either my first and my second finger to use to muffle the strings as I'm leading up to play the rake. So let's say, for example, I'm going to use my second finger, so my fret's on there. I want that to be there to start with. I don't really want to put that on afterwards and be worrying about it. And then in this example, my first finger is just going to be muffling the other two strings, so that when I play them, I'm going to get that percussive sound, not a note, and then it's going to end up with the target note. So it's going to end up with the note on the fifth fret, the A on the fifth fret of the E string. So playing it slowly, those are the three sounds that I'm making for this rake. So two muffled sounds and the ringing out note sound, which is what I want. Now, a rake is played faster than that. If that was notated, it wouldn't be a rake. They would notate it as muffled strings and then the fretted note. So the fact that it's a rake is telling me that it's played more like a strum than picking. What I've just done is picking. And I can increase the speed of that, but it's still not a rake. So what I want to do is strum across so that I'm getting the notes sounding a lot closer together and still ending up with a nice clean target note. The A as my last note. And that's the rake. Again, I could use my third finger, my ring finger, to play the target note, and then use one of my other fingers to damp the other strings. It doesn't really matter. It probably matters more when you're playing an actual piece of music where that rake thing fits into the context of what you're trying to play. That'll probably force your hand in terms of which fingers and fingering you're going to use to play it, because as an example, if I was to be required to play a bend after that rake and that fifth fret be a bent note, I'd probably more inclined to want to use my third finger. If you remember from the my bending videos, using my third finger lets me tuck my other two fingers in behind and give me more strength to bend the string. So I'll use my third finger to play the target note, then I can play the rake across and then bend the note, and I'm all in good position. You might not have a bend after that, it might be something else, but it depends on the music in context. But in terms of practicing it, try practicing it with all different finger combinations, because one day you might have to use it when it comes to learning the song that you want to learn.